Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving into something moving incredibly fast, centralized crypto exchanges, or CEXs.
Yeah, the pace is just relentless, isn't it?
Absolutely. We've seen some just, well, explode onto the scene, completely changing how we handle digital assets. But, for anyone looking ahead, thinking strategically, the real question isn't just what's next. It's more like what's fundamentally different.
Right. Are we just getting like bigger versions of the same thing, or is something genuinely new happening at the infrastructure level?
Exactly. So our mission today is to try and cut through some of that noise. We're going to look at the established players, names everyone knows like Binance, Bitget, and compare them with a really interesting new entrant, AIFEX. They call themselves an AICEX. We want to dig into what makes AIFEX different, the strategy behind its AIFEX token, and frankly, its pretty ambitious vision for finance. This isn't just another project review. It's about understanding potential shifts in the architecture of finance itself.
Yeah, definitely crucial for anyone in this space, whether you're deep into crypto strategy or just trying to figure out where things are heading.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Before we jump into the future, let's get grounded. What really propelled those first big CEXs to success? What was the magic formula?
Well, it's actually fascinating when you look back. Take Binance, launched in 2017, right? It just had this meteoric rise, fastest growing exchange ever, basically.
Incredible speed.
Yeah, and their core strategy was pretty straightforward but effective. Super low fees, tons of trading pairs, and an interface that honestly was just easy to use.
User experience was key.
Absolutely. And their token, BNB, that was integral. You needed it for fee discounts, staking, and they had these burn mechanisms, to deliberately shrink the supply and boost demand.
And it worked. I remember that initial surge.
Oh, yeah. A 2,700% price jump in the first 3 months. I mean, that's not just growth. That's grabbing the market incredibly fast.
It's just phenomenal. Okay, and then Bitget comes along in 2018. The landscape's a bit more crowded by then, but they found their niche pretty quickly too, didn't they?
They did. Bitget really made its mark by popularizing copy trading. That was their big differentiator.
Right, letting newer folks mirror the pros.
Exactly, which was a massive draw for people just entering the market looking for some guidance. Their token, BGB, followed a similar playbook to BNB fee reductions, access to launch pads, those burn mechanisms again. And BGB definitely benefited during bull runs. It showed that if you build a solid user base and give the token clear utility on the platform, it resonates.
And you had others too, right? Like Huobi, OKX, KuCoin.
Yeah.
They were all kind of following a similar path.
Pretty much. When you look at that first wave, the common thread is, well, they were all laser focused on boosting trading volume.
Volume.
Right. Incentivize trading with discounts, use token burns to manage supply and create a bit of scarcity. But critically, their utility, both the platforms and the tokens, was largely contained within that specific exchange. And everything relied heavily on, human teams, manual processes for operations, for risk checks, customer service, which, while it worked incredibly well to get things started, inherently has limits. Speed, scalability, efficiency, human bottlenecks are real.
Makes sense. It was foundational, but maybe not built for the next phase.
Precisely. It set the stage, but those manual dependencies created openings for, smarter systems.
Okay, so that leads us perfectly into the next generation. If the human-powered model got us here but hit limits, what does AIFEX, this AICEX, do differently? How is it fundamentally not just another exchange?
Right. This is where it gets really interesting. The best way to think about it, I find, is this analogy they use. Traditional CHs are like big department stores.
Okay.
Lots of stuff, lots of employees running around, managing inventory, helping customers, handling security, all very manual. It works, but it can be slow, maybe a bit clunky, prone to human mistakes.
Got it.
Now, picture AIFEX as a smart mall. The entire operation, from top to bottom, is designed to be driven by AI autonomously.
So AI isn't just a feature, it's the core operating system.
Exactly. The goal is massive leaps in speed, efficiency, and security. It's not just tweaking the old model, it's rethinking the entire architecture with intelligent automation at its heart.
That is a different way of thinking. So break it down for us. What are some of those specific AI functions that make AIFEX stand out?
Okay, we'll take market analysis. Instead of teams of analysts poring over charts, AIFEX uses AI market forecasting. real-time prediction. It's not just faster data, it's trying to move beyond human intuition, which can be slow and biased, towards AI-driven foresight. That fundamentally changes how you might approach trading.
Interesting. What else?
Then there's smart algorithmic order execution. So instead of just you manually hitting buy or sell, the AI executes trades intelligently. It optimizes based on factors like market depth, liquidity, even predicted short-term moves, things a human just can't react to with the same speed or precision.
Okay, that sounds potentially game-changing for actual trading.
hmm
How does that feel different for a user compared to be just placing a standard order?
Well, it means you're moving beyond simple market or limit orders. The AI can dynamically adjust the execution strategy as it's happening, trying to minimize slippage, find the best possible price points. It brings a level of sophistication that was previously only available through complex, expensive institutional tools and aims to make it more accessible.
Right. And what about security? That's always a huge concern with exchanges.
Huge. Traditional CEXs often use rule-based systems, which can be a bit slow to react. AIFEX uses automated risk control. The AI is designed to spot weird trading patterns or potential fraud attempts almost instantly. It's about proactive, real-time defense, which is a big step up.
Faster protection.
Yeah. And finally, something everyone who's ever needed help from an exchange can appreciate. AI customer support. 24/7 multilingual support handled by AI. That directly tackles the common frustration of waiting ages for a human response.
Okay, listening to all that, it really doesn't sound like just adding a few AI bells and whistles. It sounds, like you said, foundational, a paradigm shift.
It really is aiming for that. The goal is to automate and optimize pretty much everything. It's not just about being a little bit faster, it's about fundamentally changing the potential for speed, security, and the whole user experience by taking human delay and error out of the equation where possible.
From human-dependent to intelligently autonomous.
That's the core idea. It opens up totally new possibilities for how an exchange can operate and scale globally.
Okay, but let's talk tokens, because the token is always central. If the exchange itself is evolving so dramatically, how does the AFX token reflect that? How does it stack up against, say, BNB or BGB in terms of what it does?
Yeah, critical question. Because token utility is often what drives long-term value, right? With BNB and BGB, their power comes from being useful on their specific platform.
Right, fee discounts, launchpad access.
Exactly. BNB gets you cheaper fees on Binance, access to their Launchpad projects, staking rewards, plus the burn. BGB does similar things on Bidget fee cuts, Launchpad, fuels their copy trading cinctures. They're valuable because they drive activity on a busy exchange, but their scope is, mostly limited to that one exchange.
So sticking with the analogy, BNB and BGB are like the store loyalty card or maybe a VIP pass for that specific department store. Useful there, but not really anywhere else. Is AFX different?
That's a great way to put it. Yes, AIFEX is designed with a much, much broader scope, a multi-dimensional approach, really. First off, yes, it's used for all fee payments on the AICEX, standard stuff.
Okay.
But then it gets interesting. Staking AIFEX gives you VIP perks and access to advanced AI-powered DeFi strategies. So it's directly plugging you into sophisticated financial tools beyond just basic trading.
Integrating CEX and DeFi utilities.
Precisely. And here's the really unique part. The real income-driven buyback and burn. This is key. AIFEX plans to take actual revenue generated from its AI arbitrage activities, exploiting tiny price differences across markets, and also from MEV, maximal extractable value.
Okay, complex stuff, but essentially profits from AI operations.
Right, real profits. And use that money to actively buy AIFEX tokens off the market and burn them. This ties AIFX's value directly to the performance and revenue generation of the AI systems, not just user trading activity or speculation. That's a very different dynamic.
Wow, okay. That is a significant difference. It's not just hoping people trade more. It's linking the token's value directly to the ecosystem actually making money through its AI. So its utility goes way beyond just the exchange platform itself.
Absolutely. It's designed to be the fuel token for the whole AIFEX ecosystem. That includes their AI DeFi aggregator, the AI MEV bot, the AI agent platform, all the AI arbitrage stuff.
So it powers everything.
That's the vision, which, raises a big strategic point for anyone looking at this. AIFEX isn't positioned as just another exchange token. It's meant to be the core economic engine of an integrated AI-driven financial infrastructure. That gives it potentially a much wider sphere for value capture because its usefulness isn't locked into one platform. It spans this whole suite of AI financial services. It's aiming to be the essential piece connecting all these different parts.
Okay, so stepping back and looking at the bigger picture, For our listener, this really doesn't sound like just another crypto project launching an exchange.
Uh-huh.
Strategically, AIFEX seems to be positioning itself for something much larger, more like foundational infrastructure.
I think that's exactly right. Their ambition is definitely grand. They explicitly position themselves not just as a trading platform, but as AI-driven financial infrastructure. That language itself is a
A
signal.
deliberate choice.
Very deliberate. And their roadmap reflects this. They're targeting the AICEX launch for Q3 2025, the full ecosystem rollout Q4 2025. But then, the really bold move, aiming for listings on traditional stock markets like HKEX and Nasdaq by 2026.
Whoa. Okay, bridging crypto and TradFi traditional finance. That's the holy grail for many projects, but it's incredibly hard to pull off. What makes them think they can succeed there? What are the big hurdles?
Yeah, that's the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it? The hurdles are immense, navigating incredibly complex regulations across different countries, meeting really strict compliance rules, and maybe the biggest one, building trust with traditional institutions that are often, let's say, skeptical about crypto.
Understatement of the year.
Right. Their strategy seems to be banking on the AI itself, building an infrastructure that is inherently transparent, auditable, efficient, and secure because it's AI-driven, hoping that this addresses the core concerns of regulators and institutions.
Using the tech to build the trust.
That seems to be the play. If they can actually pull it off, AIFEX could become one of the first truly effective bridges connecting the innovation and agility of crypto, especially DeFi, with the massive scale and stability of TradFi. That bridge concept is core to their whole strategy, not just for trading, but for capital flows, asset tokenization, everything.
So, putting it all together for our listener,
Mhm.
the takeaway shouldn't be to view AFX as just another exchange coin like we've seen before.
No, definitely not. The framing should be different. Think of it more as a potential stake in a piece of foundational AI-powered financial infrastructure. One that has a clearly stated, albeit ambitious, roadmap to connect directly with global capital markets.
Investing in the rails, not just the train.
Exactly. It's about the potential of the underlying architecture, where AI is the conductor. And the implications. I mean, think about an AI entity successfully merging these two worlds, the fast-moving crypto space and the established global financial system. That's potentially
A
transformative.
fundamental shift.
It really could be. It signifies a major disruption, potentially redefining how value moves around the world. It's a long-term strategic vision that, if even partially realized, could reshape market structures. It's definitely a compelling proposition to watch.
Okay, so let's try and wrap up this deep dive. We've seen how pioneers like Binance and BitGet built the first generation of successful CEXs, focusing on core utility like low fees, broad access, and platform-specific token benefits.
Right, they laid the groundwork, proving the model with human-driven operations.
But now AFEX is proposing a fundamentally different approach, a fully AI-driven system, an expansive ecosystem beyond just trading. And its AFX token isn't just for discounts, it's designed as the core fuel for that entire AI financial engine, linked to real revenue streams and bridging into DeFi.
Yeah, it's that leap from human-managed to intelligently autonomous. The department store versus smart mall analogy really captures that shift, aiming for huge gains in efficiency, security, and overall capability, building a whole ecosystem around it.
So the final thought for you, our listener, the strategist, the observer. What happens when AI isn't just a tool helping finance, but becomes the core infrastructure?
A profound question.
What new levels of efficiency, accessibility, maybe even totally new financial products become possible when intelligent automation is the driving force? Especially if it successfully links the dynamic world of crypto with the established power of global capital markets.
That intersection is the really exciting frontier.
It really is. It's a space that demands close attention
Yeah.
because it could genuinely redefine our relationship with finance in the years to come.